Hey everybody, Chris here. In this video, we're going to take a look at key levels for a bullish continuation for Dogecoin. However, we see Dogecoin in this inflection point right now, and that is following Elon Musk's tweet yesterday that he still supports Dogecoin and the big rise we saw in the price of Dogecoin. But also there is these negative sort of economic indicators and possible future liquidations of Bitcoin that could instead turn Dogecoin to the downside. So we're going to explore all of that in this video. I do want to remind you a couple things. First, please follow me on Twitter because I'm going to be doing a new Dogecoin giveaway, and the giveaway will only be to my followers on Twitter. So check me out at Chris Crypto on Twitter, and we're going to grow my Twitter community and give away some Dogecoin. Also, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, I certainly appreciate the support. And also a reminder that my live stream this week is going to be on Thursday night instead of Friday, going down to New York City for the weekend, and won't be able to live stream on Friday because I'll be down in the city. So please be sure to tune in my live stream this week on Thursday. That'll be 7 o'clock Boston time, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday. So what do we see going on? Well, overall, Bitcoin, we'll show this on the charts, but it seems to me that we've got Bitcoin being pushed down and the altcoins are following. We see that, show that on the charts. But then we see Dogecoin trading up because of catalysts, and then the other coins seem to follow it. So Dogecoin may be leading the way there. But overall, still this overall kind of heaviness in the crypto market. Dogecoin now trading around 6 cents. And as soon as we see some momentum, it ends up getting pushed back down. So we could see some sideways trading going on over the next few weeks. The charts certainly show that, and we'll be looking at that as well. So let's get to it. Let me show you on the charts what I'm looking at. So we'll start here by looking at Dogecoin, and on the 30-minute, we're just under 6 cents as I'm recording this. This was the big run yesterday morning that Dogecoin had. Dogecoin had been trading at about 5.15, and then the big run up over 6 cents came up to a high of about 6.25. So now trading sideways again, but I like sideways trading up here around 6 cents, much better than where it was down here at about 5.1, 5.2. So that's a good start. However, we also want to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, similar thing. Bitcoin is establishing a new level above 20,000 for sideways trading. Right now, 20,500 as I'm recording this. So what we want to look at in terms of indicators, what we're looking at, we're going to zoom out. We're going to look at the daily first. And Bitcoin on the daily is, what we're seeing is these downward liquidations. And these downward liquidations seem to be spaced about 4 weeks apart. We saw this back here around May 7th, May 8th. And this was the big liquidation down. What is a liquidation? That is where the market makers are looking at taking out low-level limit orders of large quantities of coins. And this happens in stocks as well. And what they do is they push the price down to liquidate those large limit sell orders. And then buy up those coins at that lower price. And that's what these hedge funds, large institutions that play these games, this is what they do. And so we saw this leading up then to May 12th and the big liquidation of Bitcoin there, where Bitcoin came down to 25,000 at that time. But they weren't happy with that. No. Trades sideways for about 4 weeks, and then they drop it even lower. Again, the first big drops, they get big liquidations. These are these big volume bars that you see there. They get more liquidations. So what's going to happen? We're going to go out here and we're going to go into July. And in about 4 weeks, could be right around July 7th or 8th, something like that. If this pattern continues, we could see that happen again. What does this mean on the weekly? We zoom out and we look at the weekly and we say, okay, this is where Bitcoin is trading now. Bitcoin is below the 200 EMA on the weekly. This has only happened twice before. And I'm going to go to the logarithmic view of this. You can see it a little clearer. Right here in March of 2020, Bitcoin dropped below the 200 EMA on the weekly. And then before that, it was near the end of 2018 when we had that big crypto winter in Bitcoin in 2018. At that time, Bitcoin traded for about 14 weeks below the 200 EMA. That's a long time below 200 EMA. In March of 2020, it was relatively short. This was the reaction to the pandemic, is what this quick one was. Now, where we are here, this is the third time below the 200 EMA on the weekly for Bitcoin. We could wait and see what happens here, but generally, the 200 EMA has always been in a positive move. This white line has always been going up. It was pretty even there in 2018 into 2019, but has always been upwards. We're starting to see this arc towards the downside, though. And this is the first time in Bitcoin's history that 200 EMA on the weekly is starting to move towards a downward motion. This blue arc here on this logarithmic is just showing the bottom level of the trading of Bitcoin. The red is showing the top level of trading. And you can see what's happening on a percentage scale, which this logarithmic is showing, that on a percentage scale, Bitcoin seems to be evening out up at this level, is what we're seeing with the trading of Bitcoin. Could Bitcoin drop to this blue line? This blue line is at about 11,000, is where this blue arc is. This would be the lower level that we could see Bitcoin still drop to. And that could happen in July or maybe even into August, depending on how long this sort of liquidation period is going to go on. Are we going to see further liquidations in Bitcoin? That would be tough to see. Right now, the 200 EMA on the weekly is sitting at 27,000. It doesn't look to me like Bitcoin is going to be trading up to 27,000 anytime soon. So it looks like we're kind of stuck here. If we look at Dogecoin's chart, here's what we're seeing on the weekly. Here's those same 4-week orange lines here. The next one would be coming out here into July. This is pretty tough trading here. We're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now the 8th weekly red candle in a row. That's 2 months of consecutive downward trading on the weekly. And that's not good. We see these purple lines of this channel here. This is this is the logarithmic. This is just the straight trading on a percentage basis, for the most part trading down. We turn off the logarithmic and we go back to the straight numbers, and it's a downward triangle that's happening with Doge. So again, you go back to the 30-minute, right? What's happening right now, and you say, hey, Doge is trading up. This is looking great. However, we look at those other charts on the daily and then on the weekly. Again, when in doubt, zoom out, right? And when you see that zoomed out, you're like, this isn't looking very bullish. This is looking bearish. However, Dogecoin, again, has the ability with catalysts to move up more. And where would those moves be? We'll go to the 4-hour and we'll see 8.5 cents right here. This level here is where Dogecoin could be trading if it reverses this downward trend. It does a continuation up to 8.5. On the 4-hour chart, the 200 EMA is sitting at about 7.5. This sideways trading is about 8 cents. So we would be seeing, with another move, another bullish move, Dogecoin could eclipse the 200 EMA at 7.5, peak up to 8.5, and then trade around 8 cents. And those would be the targets that I would be looking for Dogecoin if it has a bullish continuation to the upside. So Dogecoin trading from here, again, if Dogecoin's going to lead the way, because we don't see a lot of huge forward momentum for Bitcoin, it's going to take some more catalysts. Will that be Tesla? Will it be SpaceX making an announcement? SpaceX could be accepting Dogecoin for merch sales soon. Elon Musk has said that could be coming, and we're just waiting for that to happen. More and more retailers accepting Dogecoin as payment. If you didn't see my tweet the other day, I paid for my Jurassic World movie tickets and AMC using Dogecoin from my Doge wallet. So that was cool. Fun to use Dogecoin as currency, as payment. That's its utility. People say, oh, Dogecoin doesn't have utility. I just bought 2 tickets to go see the movies using Dogecoin. So you can use it, and that's what it's for. So between using it as currency to buy things, services, or actual things like the Tesla Cybertruck whistle that I bought using Dogecoin, or for tipping, which I'm going to be doing on Twitter to my followers. So I need to get more followers in order to have this event. So I'll be doing that later this week on Twitter. We'll be announcing my Dogecoin giveaway. So be sure to follow me at Chris Crypto on Twitter. And then I'd also like to thank my patrons. My patrons have been supporting me. If you want to show some support through Patreon, you can get your name on this list. And I do certainly appreciate the support. I don't post as much on Patreon as I used to because I'm doing most of that through YouTube and through Twitter now, but occasionally go on Patreon and post something. But also Patreon is a great place to chat with me. If you want to send me a direct message, have a question, Patreon is the place to do that. I have a link in the description below to join my Patreon. So we'll appreciate all my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. And we'll continue to have a dialogue and have fun with this as much as we can, even though we know our crypto portfolios are down right now. But we're looking forward to these bullish trends. We do see them coming. I think it's going to take a little longer than most people think, but we're going to get there. Let me know in the comments below what you think the next move for Dogecoin is. Is it going to be up? Is it going to be down? What do you think? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.